What's going on, everybody? It's your old pal Shred Riffs. In this video, what I wanted to do is share with you what I think are the 10 best pedals for metal. So these are fuzz, distortion, and high gain pedals that I think do the metal thing the best, and we're going to talk about them in this video. Stick around, you're not going to want to miss this. Alright guys, so let's get into this. So one of the things I've been doing a lot of on this channel is demoing various high gain distortion pedals, metal pedals, stuff from Does It Doom, Frost Giant Electronics, Lone Wolf Audio, Void Manufacturing, Earthquaker Devices. So I feel like I have a pretty solid understanding of some of the pedals on the market that I think do the metal thing the best. And so that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I don't own every single one of these pedals, but I own most of them, and so I have first-hand experience with them. But I am going to talk about a few pedals that I think are cool that I don't currently have. The first one that I want to talk about is the Boss MT2 Metal Zone. Okay, everyone is familiar with this pedal probably if you play metal, but I think this pedal is great because you can get a wide range of high gain tones for not very much money. So if you need to record some metal music like as soon as possible and you don't have very much money, I would grab an MT2 or an MT2 Waza pedal from Boss. There's just a million billion of these floating around the earth right now, so if you really need to get some metal sounds quickly, I would go with that. The MT2 has a wide frequency spectrum. You can dial in anything from like 90s death metal to modern metal to doom. You can do a little bit of everything with this pedal if you dial it in correctly. And so that is my number 10 pedal. At number 9, we have the Electro Harmonix Hell Melter pedal. So this pedal came out in the last couple years, and it's basically EHX's take on the chainsaw sound, which originates from the Boss HM2, which came out in the 80s. I have a whole video on the HM2 if you want to check that out and learn the history of that pedal, but essentially Swedish death metal guys plugged it into some crappy amps that they had. They pretty much invented a whole new genre of death metal known as Swedish death metal. Various famous bands that use the HM2 would be the band Dismember and At the Gates. The Hell Melter is really impressive though because it is probably the most feature-rich HM2 pedal on the market. It has two different modes, normal and burn mode. It has a built-in noise gate, which is kind of crazy. It has a dry knob if you want to run the Hell Melter in front of a super high gain amp and dial in that harsh chainsaw sound. You got low, mid, and high controls, as well as a mid volume knob for getting just the right amount of chaos into your heavy rhythm tone. And it also sounds great for lead, and it has a built-in boost switch, so I had to include the Hell Melter on this list. Coming in at number 8, we have Revv's G3 Purple distortion pedal. So if you've been paying attention to modern metal over the last like 5 or 6 years, Revv came onto the scene with a storm with their Generation 120 amplifier. They are now on Mark III of the Generator 120, and it is a crushing, brutal, high gain amplifier that's loaded with features. And so what Revv has done is taken their purple channel and put that into a pedal. And so you can get those really amazing modern high gain sounds inside a nice beautiful purple box. Glenn Fricker calls this channel the Euro Trash sound. I don't really think it sounds very European at all. I think it just sounds like very modern, gent oriented. Any kind of modern metal that you might want to play, this Revv pedal would be perfect for that. Okay, coming in at number 7 is from a British pedal company called Audio Surplus Effects, and it's the OK Doomer one knob distortion / fuzz thing. So to get this pedal, you actually have to sign up for Audio Surplus's newsletter that they put out and wait for another batch of these bad boys to drop. This is a very easy to use one knob pedal. I'm assuming the one knob probably does multiple things in the circuit. What the circuit of the OK Doomer is described as having is multiple MOSFET gain stages collapsing in on themselves. This would be an awesome pedal if you want to get the Sun Doom sound, or if you have a cheaper clean amp but you want to get a beautiful high gain sound that does a few different things. I would get this pedal, and it's actually on my short list of pedals that I personally need to acquire. Also at the top of this pedal it says "Weak Riffs Bro," so I thought that was pretty hilarious. Coming in at number 6 is the Frost Giant Electronics Architect of Reality. So I actually did a demo of this pedal, a full demo and review where I explain everything. If you want to hear what it sounds like, there's a link in the description, and I'm going to put a clip in this video right now. So the Architect of Reality is named after an amplifier that Laney put out for Tony Iommi in the 1980s. It's called the Laney Pro Tube Lead 100 Architect of Reality amplifier. Basically, that famous Tony Iommi Black Sabbath sound from the 80s put into a box. Now, several Doomers throughout the 90s used the Laney Pro Tube Lead 100, so this pedal does the Black Sabbath thing just as well as it does the Doom thing. This pedal could also be described as a preamp pedal. You could run it through the front of an amp, through the back of an amp. You've got presence, bass, mid, treble. You have boosts for each of those knobs. Basically 2 gain stages, so you have a lot of gain on tap with this pedal, but then you step on the Architect of Reality pedal and it introduces a whole nother layer of gain, and I think that's freaking awesome. Coming in at number 5 is the Lichtlaerm Audio Gehenna distortion pedal. Lichtlaerm Audio is a German pedal company based in Berlin, and they have been sweeping the metal pedal market by storm over the last several months, and their pedals are amazing. They're perfect. I would really love to get the King in Yellow and the Medusa pedal. Those are also great options if you're a metal guitar player, but I ended up getting a Gehenna from my friends over at Eastside Music Supply, and I was blown away with the versatility of this little box. So this one does old school metal just as well as it does gent, and if you want to hear what that sounds like, check that out right now. So this pedal essentially has a gain toggle switch where you can toggle between like a tight gain and then maybe more gain for like a solo or something like that. It has a mid-cut knob on this one as well as bass and treble and level. You've got depth and presence, a low mid and a high mid control. So this is a highly tunable, high gain distortion pedal that would work for almost any genre of metal in my opinion. Okay, coming in at number 4 on my list is none other than the Lone Wolf Audio Left Hand Wrath Deluxe. Okay, so the Deluxe is a more feature-laden version of the Left Hand Wrath, which is a pedal that's been on the market for over 10 years. It's kind of what put Lone Wolf Audio on the map and made this pedal company, now known as Void Manufacturing, a favorite in the underground metal community. If you play crust punk, speed metal, doom, death metal, any of those kind of underground metal genres, Lone Wolf Audio has you covered. He makes a million different distortion dirt boxes that I think are really sick, but this is the pedal that I think is one of the best offerings that he has. So with the Left Hand Wrath Deluxe, you get like gain, low, mid, high, presence, volume. When you push the mid control all the way up, it opens up this sub frequency knob where you can sweep from the low mids to the high mids And this thing is a ear-splitting, ear-crushing pedal that is meant to go in the front end of a high-gain amp. But if you have a clean amp, you can use this pedal as well. There's a 6-knob rotary switch to select which mid-range frequency you'd like to highlight the most. And this frequency knob is engaged with this pedal right here. So this to me is the best sounding, most interesting and unique sounding chainsaw pedal ever made. Coming in at number 3 is the Does It Doom Baghdad distortion pedal. I fell in love with this pedal right away, mainly because of the artwork with all of these like human bodies impaled on spikes, and then this ram's head wearing warrior that's swinging a mace. Like, I just love the artwork, I love the color of this pedal, and more importantly, I love the sound of it. So this pedal is essentially a Soldano SP77 slamming into the front of a Mad Amp green GT120. So that setup was used by Matt Pike during the early High on Fire days. And now what Steve over at Does It Doom has done is put all of that stuff into a box and make it affordable and easy for you to obtain that sound. And I think that's amazing. And this pedal has immediately become a huge favorite of mine. So that's number 3 for you. All right, guys, coming in at number 2 is the all pedal Devil's Triad Jeff Loomis signature pedal. So this pedal, I actually don't have this one, but it's on my short list of pedals that I'd love to own. But Jeff Loomis is the guitar player of Arch Enemy, and previously he was the guitar player of Nevermore. So he's traveled the world many, many times, and he knows what metal guitar players would need in a distortion pedal, and so they've come up with the Devil's Triad. So this pedal has a number of features on it, and it also has delay and reverb, which I thought was really cool because you almost never see that on a distortion pedal, having those kind of features. But you can plug this pedal into an already distorted amplifier and boost the front end of an amp, or you can plug it into a clean amp and use the distortion that's built into the pedal as well as the boost. In addition to that, this pedal allows you to plug in the delay and reverb through the back of an amplifier into the effects loop so that you're not distorting the delay and the reverb on the pedal. It also looks insanely cool. I love the artwork on this one, and it sounds incredible. If you want to listen to what this one sounds like, just check out Ola's channel. I'm sure you've probably already seen it before, but I thought it deserved a spot on this list. All right, so the moment you've been waiting for, coming in at number 1, drum roll please. It's the Earthquaker Devices Life Pedal version 3. So I got this pedal several months ago, and it's been a huge favorite of mine. Obviously, it's made by Earthquaker Devices, and it was designed along with Sun, the famous doom metal band. It was designed with Stephen O'Malley from that band. And if you want to listen to what this one sounds like, I did a demo on this one as well, and you can hear what it sounds like right here. So this is actually like a rat inspired circuit. That's why it's got a rat on there. So it's sort of a super rich feature laden rat pedal, but it does so much more than that. Right away when I plugged into this, I was just immediately inspired to create music. And I think that's what makes for a great pedal. So more than any other pedal that I own, the Earthquaker Devices Life pedal was the most inspiring to me. So on this pedal, you have basically a distortion pedal over here, which turns the pedal on. That's the amplitude switch. And then the magnitude switch is an additional boost, so you can further boost the front end of an amplifier. And then in the middle here, we have the octave switch, which you can control with this knob right here. And so this makes the notes that are above the 12th fret on your guitar just really pop out and enter that insane doom level of sound. It's just an insanely awesome pedal, and it's constructed well, it looks cool, it sounds cool. To me, it's number one. Guys, thank you so much for checking out my list of the top 10 pedals for metal. Hopefully you got something interesting out of this video. You got some new ideas. Maybe you found a new direction to go with your sound. But if you think I missed a pedal, if you think I missed something that should be in this video, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what else should be on this list according to you. Another thing I wanted to say is that if you like what I'm doing on this channel, if you enjoy watching these videos, please subscribe. I noticed that less than 50% of you guys are actually subscribed that are watching these videos, so I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe, like this video, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought. I've got a lot more exciting things coming up on this channel that I'm super stoked about, and I'm very much looking forward to the future. So stick around, stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.